वसल्लल्लाहु अला नबील करीम रब्बिश रहली सदरी वयस्सिर ली अमरी वहलुल उक़दतम मिन लिसानी यफ़क़हू क़ौली। The topic for this day is art of life management. Life management is important for everyone. Now, what is life management? I can summarize it in these few words that our world is full of options. Our world is full of options. In every situation, there are more than one option. So every time and in every situation, we have this question that which one of the options you have to opt. Every time, in every situation, everywhere, there are more than one options. So this is your test. You are free to opt any one of that options. But here is a crucial point. You have freedom of option, but not freedom of result. You cannot save yourself from negative results. It is impossible for you. Man has freedom. Man has the option to choose any one of those options, but no one has the power to change the course of destiny. I would say that there are two kinds of options: manageable option and unmanageable option. Manageable option and unmanageable option. Why? Because although we have freedom of choice, but our capacity is very, very limited. Although we have unlimited desire, unlimited ambitions, but the practical, in practical term, our capacity is very limited, and also the world is limited. In the world where we have to fulfill our desire, so this world is also limited. Our capacity is limited. So although we have unlimited desires, unlimited ambitions, unlimited wishes, but we cannot fulfill these desires unlimited manner. So some options are manageable for you. Some options are not manageable for you. For example, you can see sun indirectly. If you want to see sun, S-U-N, you can see it indirectly. But if you try to see directly through your naked eye, then you will lose your eyes. That is beyond your capacity. So this is the test of human being, every man and every woman. to choose between the two. There are two different kind of options, manageable and unmanageable. So you have to opt the manageable and you have to leave the unmanageable. This was demonstrated in the very beginning of life. You know, Adam was the first man created by God. Then what happened? The story is told in the Quran. You can see it in the Quran. So when God created man, God said to other creatures that you have to bow down before Adam. At that time, there were angels and jinn, Jin. Other than human beings, there were jinn and angels. So God said to the both angel and jinn that you have to bow down before Adam. So what happened? Angels surrendered before the commandment of God. But Satan, that was jinn, Satan was a jinn. He refused to obey this commandment. God asked, why you refused my commandment? You have to bow down before Adam. So Satan, that was head of jinn, he said, Ana khairun min, khalaqtani min nar wa khalaqtahu min teen. I am better than Adam. I am better than Adam. You have created me with fire, and you created Adam with clay. So Satan invented a self-styled criterion. At that time, criterion was only one, that you have to obey the commandment of God Almighty. God is the creator of the universe. God is the Lord of the universe. So he must obey the commandment of God. But he refused and invented a self-styled criterion. By this criterion, he justified his practice. So this was wrong option for him. Why wrong? Because he was not able to manage this option. Because he was not God. So God said, when you disobeyed my commandment, I will put you in hell forever. So Satan, according to the God's decision, Satan will go to hell forever. Here you can see that what the option opted by Satan was not manageable for him. He chose an unmanageable option. He was free to, he was free to disobey the commandment of God, but he was not free to to save himself from the result that was hell. So this was an example set in the outset of creation. And you can judge the whole history by this principle. So everyone is put on this test. Everyone. So in this sense, I say that life management is a problem of everyone. Poor and rich, ruler and ruled, everyone. In every situation, there are options more than one. You have to choose that option which is manageable for you, and you have to leave that option which is not manageable for you. And the secret is that you have desire, unlimited desire. You have ambitions, unlimited ambitions. But in practical term, your capacity is limited. You are not, and also the world in which you want to fulfill your desire, that is unlimited. No, that is limited also. Your capacity is limited and the world is limited. So how you can fulfill your desire? So you have to surrender before this reality. Now, I would like to give some historical example. To illustrate this point, I would like to give some historical example. See the Alexander the Great. Alexander the Great was an emperor. Alexander the Great was an emperor. He wanted to rule all over the world. He wanted to conquer every country on this globe. He was a very ambitious person. He was a very ambitious person. He was king, and he wanted to rule the world. He wanted to rule all mankind, every country. But what happened? He died in despair, in frustration. Only in 33 years. He died when he was 33 years of age. 33 years. So how it was possible for him to conquer the whole world, while his age was destined by God only 33 years. God created him. God created Alexander the Great, and he destined that he will die after 33 years. He wanted to capture all the world, but he died in 33 years without fulfilling his ambitions. This is limitations. So although his ambitions were unlimited, but his capacity was limited. He must bow down before this reality. So in this sense, I say that there are two kinds of options: unmanageable option and manageable option. So Alexander the Great chose the unmanageable option, and left the manageable option. So he doomed to failure. He died in despair. He died without fulfilling his plan. Then there's the example of Napoleon. Napoleon also wanted to rule all over the world, wanted to capture all the countries and become a political emperor. But again, he died when he was 52. 52. It was not possible for him to conquer all the world within 52 span of life. So although he was very, very ambitious person, but it was God's domain that to determine the span of his life. So he died when he was just 52 years. 52 years. So 52 years was not enough for him to conquer all the world. So again, Napoleon died in despair. So he opted for unmanageable option, and he left the manageable option. This is the case of every human being. Then you see what happened with Hitler. Hitler wanted to rule all Europe. Hitler was also a very, very ambitious person. He wanted to capture all the countries in Europe. But what happened? Again, Hitler died in despair. He suicided. This was his fate, without fulfilling his ambitions. Why? Hitler died when he was 56 years old. Hitler died when he was 56 years old. And 56 years is not enough to capture all the countries in Europe. So although he was a very, very ambitious person, but his age was determined by God, by destiny. It was limited. He was destined to die in 56 years. So this is the problem. So you have to opt for manageable option rather than unmanageable option. This is the case of everyone, and also in every sphere of life. Even thinking, you have to control your thinking, your thought, your mind. I will give you an example to illustrate this point, that what is thought management? What is thought management? You know, Aisha was wife of the Prophet of Islam. She was in Medina. She was born in Mecca and she died in Medina. So a Muslim came to him and asked a very curious question. He asked, Ayyul kafani khair? Ayyul kafani khair? which kafan is better, which shroud is better. Kafan or shroud. He's asked about kafan or shroud. Ayyul kafan khair. Which shroud is better? Aisha replied, Wahaka, ma yadurruka. Wahaka ma yadurruka. It means that, stupid person, why you are engaged in such silly questions? So it is also a matter of thought management. There are, man lives in a world where man is destined to live in a jungle of thought. Every time you see something, you hear something, you read something, you observe something. So all these things are different ideas, different information. So every mind is like a jungle of idea. Every mind is like a jungle. So if you take every idea sincerely, so you will lose your time. So you have to be selective. You have to be selective. This kind of question, Ayul kafan khair, which shroud is better? This kind of question is silly question, because there is no limit of these questions. There are billion questions of this kind. So if you indulge in these questions, you will be compelled to live in confusion, because it's not possible to find answer of these questions. You cannot find answers of these questions. These are unlimited questions. These kind of silly questions have no limitations. So you have to be selective. You have to ask only those questions which are very, very relevant for you. Don't ask about those questions which are not relevant for you. So you have to differentiate between two types of questions: relevant question and irrelevant question. So Ayyul kafan khair is an irrelevant question. The relevant question is, what is relevant question? You have to ask about the day of judgment, about paradise, about hell. So Aisha said, Wahaka, ma yadurruka. Stupid person, why you are engaged in these silly questions? All these questions are irrelevant. So this is thought management, art of thought management. You have to differentiate between relevant questions, irrelevant questions. You have to differentiate between relevant issues and irrelevant issues. You have to differentiate between silly questions and real questions. Otherwise, you will be compelled to live in confusion. There is no result except confusion for these peoples. So this is art of thought management. Art of thought management. Then let us take another example. Once Prophet saw Prophet of Islam saw a Muslim. He was doing wuzu. Wuzu. He was doing wuzu, but in a careless manner. Careless manner. So Prophet said, why you are doing wudu like this? You are wasting the water. You are wasting water. So much water you have used. It is waste of water. So that person asked, even if we are at the bank of a river? Prophet said, yes. وَإِن كُنْتَ عَلَى نَهْرٍ جَارٍ. Even if you are at the bank of river, you have to be careless. This is water management, art of water management. You have to use water in a careful manner. You have to use water in a careful manner while doing wudu, while taking bath. Every time you have to use water in a careful manner. So this is art of water management. So here also it is required to manage the use of water. Then, everyone has unlimited desire. For example, appetite. Everyone want to take tasty foods. Every man and every woman want to take tasty foods. But I read a report about some film star. He said that he was very fond of tasty foods. So he said that my mouth is my greatest source of happiness. So he was fond of taking tasty foods. But what happened? His digestive system failed. And then doctor advised him not to take any food, any tasty food. So he was confined, in later days, he was confined to some simple foods. He was compelled to abandon all those tasty foods. It means that you have also to know the art of appetite management. You have appetite, but you cannot use your appetite unlimited way, in an unlimited way. Because your desire to take tasty foods is unlimited. For everyone, desire to take tasty foods is unlimited, but your stomach is not unlimited. Your digestive capacity is not unlimited. Your limited capacity. Your digestive system is limited. Your stomach is limited. So you have to find adjustment between these two aspects. I think that management is a kind of adjustment. Our capacity is limited, but our desires are unlimited. Our ambitions are unlimited. And also, this world is unlimited. So we have to find some adjustment between these two, between limited and unlimited. And management means seeking adjustment between two aspects of life. Now every day there are some news in the media about global warming. Every day there are some news about global warming. The greatest danger facing humanity. Now, what is global warming? This is failure of management. It is failure of management, because these global warming is completely a man-made phenomenon. All those experts say that present global warming is a man-made disaster, man-made phenomenon. So what happened? When the age of industrialization came, when our civilization reached to industrialization, so man availed this opportunity in an unlimited way. Although there were limitations in the world, but we wanted to industrialize in an unlimited way. It is this that has caused this phenomenon. Unlimited industrialization, global warming is a negative result of unlimited industrialization. So man failed to manage the industrialization, and the result was disaster. Man failed to manage his ambitions towards industrialization, and the result was disastrous. So present global warming is also a case of failure in management. So is the case of everyone. Most people try to acquire money, every time money. But the fate of everyone is that they are living in tension, in stress, in diseases. People are running after money. Everyone tries to acquire money, to accumulate money. But what is happening? These money lords are living in despair, living in tension, living in frustration, living in diseases. They die in despair, although they have enough money. Why? Here also the case is mismanagement. Man has unlimited desire towards money, but man has no capacity no capacity. So everyone tries to build an empire, a money empire, but he's not able to manage himself. So everyone has opted a, a wrong option, that is unmanageable limit, living in unmanageable limit. So everyone is living in unmanageable limit, and this is not possible for a man, because man has only limited capacity, and also the world is limited. So although man is very, very ambitious, he wants to acquire more money, more money, more money, but his capacity to manage is limited. So there is no way except to adopt the manageable principle of money. You have to establish your business, you have to establish your industry, but in manageable limit. Don't cross the manageable limit. You are free to establish your business, you are free to establish your industry, you are free to establish your money empire, but you have to do all these things within manageable limit. If you adopted unmanageable limit, then the result will be disastrous. You will be compelled to live in despair. You will compelled to live in tension. You will compelled to live in stress. You will compelled to live in diseases. And then die with frustration. So this is art of life management. It is required by anyone. There is a hadith that man kana lahu baytun yaskunuhu khadimun yakhdumuhu wa jilful khubz wal ma'u fakannama huyyat lahu dunya bihadafiriha. One who has a modest house, and one who has a servant, and one who has some bread and some water. So that is like having the whole universe. This is also the art of management. Here the key word is contentment. There are two different targets, achievement and contentment. If your target is achievement, unlimited achievement, then you will be failure. And if you adopt contentment, then that is manageable for you. So achievement formula is based on unmanageable limit. And formula of contentment is based on management limit. So this is the art of management in every field. Art of thought management, art of anger management, art of desire management, art of tension management, art of money management. Everywhere you need management. You have to know what is achievable, what is not achievable. For example, if someone provokes you and you will be angry, then it is required to limit yourself to forgive, to adopt the forgiveness formula. So it is art of anger management. If your anger becomes revenge, then it means that you have adopted unmanageable formula. And if your anger, and if after anger you adopted forgiveness, then you have adopted the manageable formula. So you have to know the art of anger management, art of desire management, art of money management, also art of time management. In every thing you have to know the art of management. This is very, very important. Without knowing the art of management, you will go to failure. Only successful formula is knowing the art of management. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم أجمعين.